Imagine you're standing by a lake. The water is calm, still, but the moment you drop something into it, ripples spread out in perfect waves. Now, what if I told you the same thing is happening above you right now? Because the sky might not be empty space, but an invisible, massive ocean surrounding us. Why do birds and airplanes move eerily like fish in water? Why do massive air currents behave exactly like ocean waves? And what if the truth about the sky is something we were never meant to understand? Get ready, because once you see the sky this way, you'll never unsee it. We tend to think of the sky as empty, a vast open space. But watch closely. The way birds fly, the way planes move, it looks eerily similar to how fish swim through water. And that's because in many ways, air behaves exactly like a liquid. Turbulence in the air is almost identical to currents in the ocean. Cloud formations move and shift like waves on the surface of a massive sea. And if you've ever seen a heat wave shimmering in the distance, it looks just like light bending through water. But this isn't just a coincidence. The atmosphere has been hiding something from us. As far back as the 17th century, scientists noticed something strange. Air behaves exactly like a liquid, just much thinner. Today, NASA designs spacecraft by testing them in giant wind tunnels filled with dense gas, because air and water follow the exact same physical rules. And here's where it gets crazy. We don't just live under this invisible ocean, we live at the very bottom of it. Just like deep-sea creatures experience extreme pressure at the bottom of the ocean. We experience massive atmospheric pressure at all times pushing against us, but because we evolved inside this invisible ocean, we never even notice it. When you drop something in water, it sinks. But what if I told you the exact same thing happens when you fall through the sky? When someone skydives, they don't drop like a stone. They move like something sinking through liquid, slow at first, then accelerating just like in water. And when a skydiver reaches a certain speed, they stop accelerating, almost like reaching a limit in a liquid. This is called terminal velocity, and it proves that we aren't just falling through empty air, we are sinking through an invisible, fluid-like medium. But here's where it gets even stranger. What happens when you go too high in this invisible ocean? At a certain point, airplanes can't fly anymore, birds can't go higher, even the air itself starts to disappear. And then there's nothing. This is exactly what happens in water. The higher you go, the thinner it gets, until you break through the surface. Some scientists even suggest that when rockets launch, they're not just escaping gravity, they're breaking through the top layer of this invisible ocean into true emptiness. And here's the final mystery. Imagine a fish born in the deep ocean. It swims its entire life without ever knowing about the world above. What if we are that fish? What if this invisible ocean is not just a scientific phenomenon, but a boundary? A barrier that separates us from something we weren't meant to reach. A hidden surface that, if broken, could reveal a completely different reality. After all, when astronauts reach space, they report something strange. A feeling of deep, overwhelming silence, as if they've left a contained system and entered true emptiness. So, is the sky really just air, or are we at the bottom of a vast, invisible ocean never meant to leave? Next time you look up at the sky, ask yourself, well, why do birds, planes, and falling objects all move like they're inside a fluid? Why does air bend, ripple, and swirl like water? And what if the sky is not what we think it is? Maybe we've been living at the bottom of an invisible ocean all along. What do you think? Is the sky really empty space? Or is there something hidden right in front of our eyes? Comment below, and if you want more mind-bending mysteries, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because we're just getting started.